Mary Mallory. I am the councilwoman for the town of Prescott Valley. It's very nice to have you here today. Today we're going to talk about some subjects that have to do with our parks and our recs department, along with our Parks and Rec Commission boards, and the opportunities that you as citizens have to contribute, be a part of, and help grow those departments that really are a benefit to many families and to all of us at large. So today I have with me, we have Buzz Gummer, who is the chair of the Parks and Rec Commission Board, and we also have Brian Witty, who is the department manager of Parks and Rec. So welcome, gentlemen. I am glad to have you here. I have had some good times over the past several years in doing some of the parks, American Legion being one of them. We developed a Friends of Parks and Rec Foundation, and it is a 501c3, which enables people to make donations and get that tax deduction that they may be looking for. So with that being said, I'd like to talk with you a little bit, Buzz, in regards to the commission board, some of the things that you've seen come across the last few years. We've got some great playgrounds coming in and things like that, maybe, and you could elaborate a little bit on that.
Sure. I've started in the Parks Commission probably about 20-some years ago.
All right.
And the reason I got involved was because our parks were really lacking back in the day. And so the growth I've seen, what we've done with Parks and Recreation, has just been unbelievable, especially the last few years. Brian came in as our director, and things have really started to pop. New parks have come into play, new equipment is coming. We've brought back life to our parks. You know, the parks kind of get stale after a while, and people have seen and done and said, well, okay. And of course, Mountain Valley Park, being our regional park, is the one that most people try and focus on the most. And we've kind of lost vision of the outside parks. And so we've brought that vision back. We have a very good commission, a lot of smart people that are looking to the vision of the future of our town. We've looked into the future of playground equipments and things that are happening. And of course, we go over with Brian. Brian presents to council. Council has the same vision where we need to have this improvements in our parks. And it's brought life back to the parks. You go to our parks now and they are just packed with kids and families.
Yes, I absolutely agree. And I can remember a few years back when we would go on as a commission board with Brian, and we would take off and go drive around through the areas to look at the different parks and the needs that are there. And of course, all of these needs are, of course, required of a funding source. And Brian, I'd love to elaborate with you on some of the equipment that you have brought in the last couple of years. I mean, recently, that one in Granville is going to be amazing.
It is. We've been very fortunate the last few fiscal years, so thank you, both of you, Commissioner and Councilwoman, in regards to that support and understanding of some of those reinvestments in our community. Currently, this fiscal year is pretty exciting for us. We've got a couple of substantial projects going on right now. Working with Ryan Judy, our Deputy Town Manager, he's been very successful in a community development block grant, in which we use that to partner with our local Boys and Girls Club. So we're building a brand new gymnasium in Mountain Valley Park, right adjacent to the current facility. So that's going to be coming on board in just a few weeks and ready for the summertime for all of our youngsters over there at the club. In addition to that, we've made some expansion of the playground at that particular park, so it's coming on board. We just finished unveiling a brand new playground over in George Anderson Park. That one was a lot of fun in regards to, we had a ribbon cutting for it. We couldn't find a young person to save our lives in attendance. As soon as we were done and I'm holding the bags of balloons, boom, we had probably 20, 30 kids show up. All of a sudden, it's like, where'd you guys come from? But it was really neat, and it really warmed my heart because one of the activities, one of the spectators during the event came back, and he came back with his two little ones and his wife. They brought with them their little McDonald's Happy Meals and integrated into that particular playground for children exactly of that size as a little table and seat section. And so as a family, they all sat down around there, had lunch in the playground, and it was just like, yes, you know, the commission and their vision and looking at all the different equipment and its functionality really came to life then. And so we're seeing that. Granville is doing an expansion through their development impact fees. So when all of the houses are being built, there is some collected monies that come from each one of those houses. And so Granville itself is building or setting the, I guess we'll call it the foundation, if you will, for the development of that park at the intersection of Santa Fe Loop and Glassford Hill. The town then will be following once they have completed all of that groundwork, some of the road and some other minor infrastructure items. The town will come in. We're in the process of getting a brand new pickleball 4 courts at that particular location. There'll be a restroom, a ramada, and then one of the key items that unfortunately, but very happily, we are again working with the Parks and Recreation Commission, their input that they receive from interaction with the community, recommended a inclusionary playground. And when I say that inclusion is all abilities. All abilities have the opportunity to go out and be included in the full use of the entirety of the playground. So if you're chair-based, if you have walking limitations, but you can do that with aid of a cane or those types of things. If you're blind, if you have speech impediments or anything of that nature, we have the ability to integrate and involve everyone at this particular site. There's going to be a combination of rubberized surfaces, and along with our engineered wood fiber that we have is all of our safety surfacing that we have out there. There is going to be a communication board.
I saw that. I love that.
Which is really, really unique in regards to if you have someone that cannot speak and yet someone that does and can hear or not hear, we can go through and point at the different pictures on that board and have a conversation of, you know, I want to go to the swings, or I need to go to the bathroom, or I'm hungry, you know, it's lunchtime, or I'm thirsty, or let's go play on this. And it has a lot of the imagery of the different components on the playground so that one can engage in that conversation in doing those types of things. So it's really, really unique. There's a play element out there that allows those that have the need, that they need to take a little time out. They need to get away from the noise and the energy that's going on. We've got a little integrated element that's there. We're going to have an elevated play sandbox, so we can roll up in and have direct engagement with all of the other folks that are there using it. You'll be able to roll right up as opposed to transferring out of your chair and then getting to the different pieces of equipment. You'll be able to roll right up, transfer out of your chair, go down your slide, start all over again, do all of those kinds of things. So that is what an inclusionary playground is. All abilities, all ages, going out there and engaging all at the same time in all manners. So it's very exciting and a first for Prescott Valley, and that's where this will be located, is right at that location. So pretty exciting.
It is. It's very exciting. And Buzz, I just can't help but thank you and the board for putting all of this thought into this and moving forward. And you know, it's wonderful, I believe, to see all children playing together and learning together and understanding a lot of things as to where when I was a child, go to a park, you would never see something like this. It's bringing people together, and with that being said, that's really what our goal is with our parks department for the community, is to bring families together, for you to have a place to come and have your birthday parties, your picnics, you know, if you just want to go and ride your bicycles around, whatever it may be. But it's a place that the community provides, and it's nice and enjoyable and it's peaceful. And with all of the new equipment coming in, it makes it even, I mean, even for me and Kirk, we actually love going out there now and playing on this. I mean, I think we got involved in that last Anderson Park. Yeah, I think we're playing all over the thing.
We turn into children again.
That's
Exactly.
right. You know what I mean?
Well, we even had the pleasure of going down, being the first ones to go down the slide together over at Tonto North.
That's
on
right.
the dual slide over there.
That's
so.
right.
And that was the vision of the commission is, you know, what we saw in the past was families would come, mom would sit on the bench for maybe 10 minutes and let the older kid would play maybe the basketball and the younger one would be here playing this, and after 10 minutes mom said, okay, let's go. Well, now we're seeing families bringing the kids, and both kids are playing on the same playground equipment. Mom and dad are playing on the playground equipment. They're helping the kids climb across it. And we've brought families back to the park, spending more time, having more fun. And I've seen many times bringing lunches, bringing all day. They're there for the day. It's wonderful to see.
And we have Bob Edwards Park that has the soccer field, correct?
Right.
Now, am I correct also that we're going to have a soccer field over at the Granville Park as
We
well?
will. It's basically a general open space area that will accommodate a U10 soccer field there. So if there is that type of need, it can be done. But just a nice lush green grass area, which we all know is very nice to be able to have. You know, some of our backyards aren't that big, and it is costly. We also want to be, you know, conserving. So if we're not doing that in our backyards, we can have those community spaces to be able to go to and utilize. So.
And as you mentioned about costly, so with that being said, in the past few years, we've developed the Friends of Parks and Rec. And again, that is a 501c3 that you can actually make donations through, and you'd get a tax deduction on that. And the funds that you would donate would go to buying park benches, trees, and things like that. In fact, Buzz, I think that you really got a really good informational status on this donation part, where you can do the trees and the benches for people in memory of even.
The program's been around forever, and it seems as though it kicked off kind of hot and heavy for a while, and then it just kind of seemed to drop off. And we thought, you know, to get this information back out to everybody, what a great way to honor somebody that's been in this town forever, to put a tree in a park with their plaque on it, and let the kids and grandkids watch that tree grow, or a park bench with their name on it.
Yeah.
And it brings back the memories, because we don't really have a cemetery in this town to go and visit people that have passed. And what a wonderful way to honor the people that have passed. Or even, it doesn't even really have to be someone that's passed. I mean, we could do an anniversary gift, a birthday gift, put somebody's park bench or a tree. And you know, how many families are in this town that have been here forever, and we want our kids to stay and raise their families here. I know mine are, and mine are here to stay.
Right.
And I plan on having a bench in a park when my time
Well,
comes,
there you go.
if not before. And my kids can come and see the park bench, and my grandkids can come and say, that was my papa.
Right.
And I think it's a wonderful,
I think it's a
wonderful
fabulous idea. It's a great way to remember somebody in your family, and on top of that, you're helping to enhance the community with all of those. And you can go to many places. I've gone on hikes and things like that, when all of a sudden you're like, oh, here's a bench, let's sit down. And I guarantee you, every time on the back of that bench, there is someone's name.
You bet.
Right.
And it does. And well, what about our military people? What about our
yeah.
first responders? You know, what a wonderful idea to just to honor them.
Right.
Yeah, and speaking of the military, we have the American Legion Park. We've been working on that for a few years, and I got to tell you, I'm just like, oh, my heart for that park. You know, it has just come so much beautiful. The grass, the parking lot, Brian, and Brian and the commission board, I just can't thank you guys enough. You've helped me so much. We reached out to Kohl's. They donated through what they called a green program. They donated trees. We went out there. We were out there for a day putting all of those trees in the ground. We had the kids out there. Walmart has helped. So many local businesses.
Right. You bet.
You know, and that is really why we wanted to do this council chat today, was to bring this information to the community, to ask you to join us to continue to grow our Parks Department. To be a part of it, you can reach out to me, Mary Mallory. If you'd like to give me a call, you're more than welcome. It's 928-910-5076. You can also reach out to Brian at the Parks Department also. And Buzz, I know that you're in this just as much as we are, so I know if someone wanted to reach out to you, you can also come to the Parks Commission Board's meetings. And when do you have those, Buzz?
The second Tuesday of every month.
Okay, and it is in the...
So the 14th of May will be our next Parks and Rec meeting.
And it starts at what time?
At 6:30. It's in the auditorium.
Okay.
And we always invite people to come if they have any comments, any ideas. We're there. We're willing to listen.
Right.
We always want to see people come to the meeting and give us some input. We had people involved with the inclusion park. I mean, many of the citizens from the town came and gave us their input with their expertise in special needs and different things, and we needed that.
Yep.
Right.
We need those people to step forward and go, here's what we've seen, and we hey, give us more.
Yeah.
You know, that,
yeah.
and it did. It came to reality.
Right.
It came to reality.
And I just can't wait. I mean, I think that's going to be just an amazing turn.
Well, and the people looking for pickleball.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my goodness. You've already got people out there chomping at the bit now saying, when is it going to be done?
Yep.
Yeah, that's a very popular. I have not done that yet. I have not.
You can get lessons.
Yes, you can get lessons. I did check on that.
You show up and we'll show you.
Yes.
But no, you mentioned all those things, and you're exactly right. You know, American Legion Park as a whole happened literally because of the Friends organizing and creating the not-for-profit foundation, because the trees came through partnership with Kohl's, and because of that and the Friends, that was able to happen. The various other donations that came in for the irrigation system and all the other infrastructure improvements that were needed at American Legion Park. American Legion Park today is because of the Friends. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. You know, they're really helping us grow, and I mean that in a very literal sense. You know, we're 14 years strong now in our Tree City USA program.
Yeah.
And that's one of the programs that the Friends, that's one of their baseline premises, is as you guys were mentioning, the Memorial Tree Program. And we've had commissioners, numerous community members, for all different kinds of reasons, whether they just wanted to do a tree or they did want to memorialize someone. One of our benches in American Legion Park came through one of our community organizations, the Historical Society. And it's front and center right adjacent to the playgrounds over at American Legion. So there's all kinds of different opportunities, not only to improve our infrastructure, to grow our infrastructure, expand. And the thing I love about it, and especially the tree program, that everyone benefits.
Right.
The donor benefits, because if they would like to pursue the tax deductible donation, they can do that. If they don't want to, it's a great mechanism for the Friends to be able to utilize that. We're growing our tree canopy within the town. We're beautifying it. You know, when all of these trees are mature, when we're not around, that our children and their children are the benefactors from all of that. That fall comes and this town is alive with color because of all the different species and variations that are going on. Utilizing those benches, improving our parks, and the Friends are also improving our programming services, because they are helping with scholarship opportunities. They're improving our art and cultural situations through donations that help grow our services that we're providing, whether they be recreational program opportunities. We get donors for our movie nights through Arts and Culture.
Nice.
We get actually even some donations for artwork in our permanent collection here, because folks are able to convey through that process.
Right.
And everybody wins through this.
Yeah.
So, help, time, money, services, goods, all those kinds of different things. The Friends are a awesome group to be able to work through, or if you'd want to contribute your time
Yes.
in helping the Friends as well too.
That's
if you have an
right.
expertise. I mean, we're always looking at grants and different types of things.
Yes,
so.
we have some opportunity to get grants, and if there's some people out there that think they might like to help with some of the things that we do with the Friends, please, again, reach out to me. And, the other thing that's really exciting this year is that we're looking at doing a general revisiting, isn't it, our parks general plan?
Correct. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
And that's been like, what, 10 years or more since it was even
Well,
visited?
our original plan was 2002. We achieved the vast majority of elements that were in that plan. Now, the town itself has its general plan, its 2025 plan,
Right.
Underfoot right now. So it's a great time for the parks, now that that's been 17 years ago, to reinvest and re-engage the community from a variety of different aspects, and especially the fact that the community has more than doubled since that original plan
Oh, yeah.
was taken into consideration. So we're able to work with all of those different components. We're going to be springboarding here in just a couple of months.
Wow.
Survey and input processes and gathering information from our citizenry. Evaluating what our operations are and how they're done, and looking at our inventory of facilities and parks and equipment and all those different types of things, that gives us a picture of here and now, as well as then also creating a forecast of how do we reach the next level? How are we able to accomplish in preparation in the same way that we did back in 2002 to get us to today? And that is the investment that we're making right now in this plan, because it's going to take us the next 10 years down the road, and that's what our goal is. Hopefully we can work fast and hard, but at the same time, we're also wanting community engagement. We're wanting that participation. We're wanting
Right.
to see what those needs as opposed to wants and all of those different types of things, so that our park system grows in an equitable and financially prudent manner in conjunction with the town and how it expands in doing all those types of things. So pretty exciting when it comes down to that. And it's engagement of the entirety of the department. So it's parks, it's recreation, it's aquatics, it's arts, it's culture, general program services, special events, all of those types of things. So everybody, it's a full 360, everybody involved, all hands in, so type of program.
And Buzz, were you here on the first general plan that they did for the park?
Yes, I was part of that, worked on that.
That's really awesome.
Yeah, we all met at
really-
the high school, and they had whiteboards up and said, what do you guys want to see? And people were threw out many, many ideas and narrowed things down. It was quite an experience to do. It's something for the normal citizen doesn't get a chance to partake in things.
Right.
And they invited certain peoples from groups and activities and commissions, and we did this, and like I said, we did see things come. And now we're looking 10 years into the future to take care of young, old, after school. What do we need? What are we going to need? It's exciting. It's very exciting. The way this town is growing and what we're doing, what's wrong with Prescott Valley? It's a great place to be right now. It's an exciting time.
Prescott Valley serves everybody. When you think about it, you've got your hiking trails, which are wonderful. Same way riding your bike on those trails.
Oh, you
That
bet.
Peavine Trail is wonderful. Yeah, a lot of people ride their bikes on that Summit Trail too. I
Yes,
got to
ma'am.
hand it to them. I'm not that person, but I do know many people that do. So kudos to them.
Yep. And we've still got those groups that are looking for more trails,
Sure.
bike, mountain bikes,
Right.
and
Right.
things. They're coming throughout, and they're saying, "Hey, let's see some more
Exactly.
trails." Let's
Yeah,
see
and
some-
I think we got some connections coming in, don't we? Going with the backside up there on Glassford Hill.
We'll be
I'm-
connecting
I'm-
in and making it part of a loop system
Yeah,
in
yeah.
partnership with the city of Prescott
Yeah.
and,
Oh, it's-
and all of those types of things. And then, just like we were talking about earlier in regards to pickleball, back when we did the
Oh,
2002 plan, that wasn't even
Nobody
a
ever heard of
concept.
pickleball.
Yeah, I
truthfully,
don't know.
Nobody knew.
it wasn't even a concept, and that's part of that growth and that expansion and that forecasting, that vision, and that's the beauty of what this is it really goes through and makes that analysis. And the great thing apart that we didn't have in '02 that we do today, we have social media input
Yeah.
opportunities,
Yeah.
websites, all of that. So that engagement process is really going to be expansive, and we're very excited about that. And our consultant is a pretty top-notch crew, and I think they've got some really strong plans that are going to be coming forward.
Yeah, when they came and did a presentation at the council, I was very impressed. So,
And even the town is excited.
Yes.
This town is excited right now
Oh, yeah.
to get on board and start everything they want to see and do. It is. I mean, we're involving this whole community right now. This is their opportunity to come step forward and say, I want to see after-school programs. I want to see
Right.
something. I want summer. Everything that's going to come out. And it's
Right.
going to be just wonderful to learn all of this and learn and teach and expand.
yeah, and you know what? The thing about when you do this, when you bring a community in, then they feel they have ownership. And that's always been my goal, is that the people will feel that they have a part. I mean, this is their home. It really is. And we want them to leave a footmark for it.
Right.
We want them to be there. We want them to participate, come to meetings. I'm not saying you got to be there every week, but do what you can. Because the fact of the matter is that when everybody does something, then that's when you get a complete picture and you get a finished product, and everybody can say that they gave a little bit and feel a part of this community. We want people to be a part of this community and help it grow.
It's always so easy for everyone to find the negative.
Right.
And we can find positive. And this is our opportunity right now for everybody to see a positive light in this town and get involved and be part of it. Let
Right.
us know.
And I can tell you, when I was at work a few weeks ago, there was a mom and a little girl that came through the line and buying their groceries and what have you. And she said, she's so excited because we're going to go have her birthday at Bob Edwards Park. And so she wants to go pick out the place and all of that stuff, And like you, Brian, when you watch that family sit down and have lunch, that's when something like that happens. That for me, I was like, you make a
all
difference.
about.
I mean,
It's all
it hits
about,
you in your
right.
heart. You're like,
bet.
you know what? It mattered. It really matters.
You bet.
Well, and I'll even take it a step further for that involvement. For me, yes, come to meetings, engage, give, volunteer, donate, all of that kind of stuff. But I'd also encourage, as your level of participation is, go engage in those environments.
Yes,
Get out there
definitely.
with your young people.
Yep.
Create healthy lifestyles.
Yep.
Create that engagement of going out of doors. Do those types of things. It helps develop great communications
Yes.
within the family. It really expands that interaction of community because you get to learn who your neighbors are
Yeah.
in doing that. Also, by an active park doesn't permit the negative things
Right.
from coming in. Or we can come out and volunteer to help eliminate those negative things that come
That's
in.
absolutely
And that's
right.
the beauty of being able to be involved with your Parks and Rec department, because interaction and engagement is at all levels.
That's
it's
right.
at every single level, whether it's ground zero of I just want to go get in the swings, to I want to make a contribution, I want to create an endowment, I want to be able to bequeath, I want to, and all those things. And we have that within the Parks, Recreation, Arts, and Culture.
Yep. we
Engagement
sure-
at all levels.
We sure do. So I just want to thank you guys so much again. I hope that everybody that watched this show really grabs a hold of it and shows up and participates and help us to help the community. So thank you both very much again.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you for being our friend.
Hey, anytime. All right.